Okay, here's Meg here. So I'm doing a show and tell video on these Husky retractable tie-down straps. So I saw this at I saw this at Home Depot. so I'm getting all these fancy ratchet straps from Home Depot is what's going on here. But anyway, so I was just at Home Depot one day and I saw these. So if you don't know, I purchased the quick loader self-ratcheting straps a while ago. And I like them, but they're expensive. These are like $40 for two. Okay, so and I got at Home Depot. I ordered these from HomeDepot.com and I picked them up at Home Depot. And these are $40. So it's a lot, and we can compare it a lot to the quick loader since I got both of them. So the reason I wanted to try these out because they're literally half the price of the quick loaders, and they look a little bit smaller. So we'll see when we take them out of the package. But there it is. I got them from Home Depot. I was just kind of browsing, and they were just sitting there. It looks like they've collected a lot of dust. They've been sitting on the shelf for a while. So here it is. So these are by Husky here, and it's a 2-pack of retractable ratchet tie-down straps. It says here it has a 500-pound working load, 1,500-pound brake strength per strap. So if you got 2 straps, it's like 1,000 pounds you're working with. And it's ideal for quick and easy general applications like strapping a dirt bike down, which is what I'm going to be using these for. Vinyl coated S-hooks, and has a polyester webbing that resists rot, mold, and mildew. So that's good. So this is the S-hook version. It's like a medium duty right here. It's good enough for me. My bike's not that heavy. So it says here easy as 1, 2, 3, like a tape measure. So like there's a button here that lets it retract, and there's like a spring mechanism here. Now what I've heard is that the spring mechanism gets weak over time and it just stops retracting. So but well, I'm gonna give them a whirl. Let's see how good they are. So there it is. So these were $20 from Home Depot, and we're gonna go try them out today. So and I'll go unpackage them right now, and then we'll compare it to the quick loader. Okay, so the way you take this guy out, I know the packaging is a little weird. There's these little tabs that are holding it in. You gotta like untab it. So you just kind of get a screwdriver and you gotta push out on it. Alright, they don't make it easy for you to take them out, that's for sure. So once the top and the bottom come out, how else are you supposed to do? Oh my god. So they're like pinned into here. So apparently you can mount this to like a trailer deck, and you can just leave them there. But I'm not going to do that. So I feel that this is a lot of unnecessary packaging. Oh, okay, freedom. I got one of them free. They're all very dusty. They're sitting around on a shelf. Okay, so after that somewhat lengthy process of unpackaging it, there you go. So that's what it is. So you've got about a foot that's kind of just loose here with the hook on the one side, and you got your ratcheting side right here. So how does this work? You just pull it. You have to. Okay. How do you undo this? So as you can see, this one, the mechanism is totally different. I don't know how you're supposed to unthing it. Okay, apparently if you ratchet this while it's past here, it gets stuck in there, so don't do that. I have to pull it really hard to get it out. So basically, it goes out like this, and it stays loose. And then when you want to retract it, you press this button. So it's kind of like a tape measure where you you have the little button on it to lock it, but it's like kind of works the opposite way, sort of kind of. But yeah, if you hold it down, it's like a tape measure. Got it? Looks pretty neat. So let me see if I can get this other one unfrozen. So that's already one ding for it. Like if you get this in there all the way, then it locks up, and then you're gonna have to it gets seized. So kind of don't like that. But you see how this one is all the way in here like that? It's not supposed to be like that. Okay, so after playing with these for half an hour, I figured out how they work. Okay. So to get the retracting mechanism to work, you have to make sure it's all the way closed like this. It can't be like a little bit open like this. Like if it's like that, it's not going to retract. It just stays locked. So, and you can't press it down. You have to hit this retractable lever here. You have to pull it. You have to push it down so it gets this little locking bar up over here, and then you push it all the way down, and then it frees it. So, and then you press the button to retract it. Okay, so it's a lot different than this mechanism here. This the quick loader works a lot like a traditional ratcheting strap, and it has a separate mechanism here to wind up the strap. And see how it just has a regular your traditional kind of ratcheting mechanism, but that's why it's so bulky and big. That's what I don't like about it. This one, everything is like kind of all in one. The winding mechanism is here, and then the locking mechanism is here. So whether I don't know if I would trust my bike to this, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go give it a whirl. So once again, it's got to be in the totally down position for you to move this, or else it won't move at all. And then you hit the button, and it retracts it. So what I like about this is that it's easy. It's really clean. You know, you don't have to clean up straps or anything. You just kind of wrap that around there, and then you're done. So just toss it aside. So much easier, you know. And then there's no kind of playing with adjusting the strap at all, because you just hit the button and it automatically adjusts it for you. So that takes one step out of it. All right, so let's go see if these will strap down my KLX 140 to my trailer. All right. Okay, so I'm going to strap up the farther one first, and then I'll zoom in for the one that's closer. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of show you how this works. So I just did the top one. So I'm gonna loop it around my Canyon Dancer tie down there. Make sure that the locking lever is all the way down. If it's not, what you're gonna have to do is press the button and then push it all the way down. And then that lets you loosen it like that. Okay? And then get it to the length that you need. Okay, if there's the slack, you just press the button and then it takes up the slack, and then we're ready to go ratchet. All right, yeah. Okay, so there it is. It's on there. Suspension's about halfway compressed. I don't think it's going anywhere. So I guess when it's in the lock position, it should be out like this. It shouldn't be all the way down. If it's all the way down, it's going to come loose. So, all right. So the next thing we can do is so I'm going to show you how to let's ratchet it down some more. So what I kind of don't like about it is you have to ratchet it a lot. Every time you pull this strap here, it doesn't go very much. It goes like one or two or three clicks, you know. And it's kind of hard to pull too. The little paddle, there's not a lot of leverage on it. Got it? It doesn't have quite a big lever like some other tie-down straps does, like kind of like this one. See, this one has a really big lever on it. These ones don't. Okay. All right, there we go. Very secure. All right, so now let's try to take the straps off now. so to remove the straps, I think you just gotta loosen this and press down, right? Oh wow, it's very violent release. The bike almost flopped over on the other side. I'll tell you this: if I didn't have this locking chock here, the bike would have fallen down. Okay, so I'm going to try it again, but I'm going to flip them around before it starts raining here. So instead we're going to go this way. This way it kind of hits my other chock here, so let's try it from the other direction. Okay. Press the button. Take up the slack. Switch this around. Press the button, unlock it. Okay, so there we go. So I just did it, but I flipped the strap around. I think it's better like this. So if you have it so the static part, the part that doesn't move, is on the top for a dirt bike, and then you're going down to wherever you're tying down to with the ratcheting part, it works better. And they're kind of higher. They're kind of big and they kind of flop around a little bit, kind of like the quick loader ones. That's what I didn't like about the quick loader ones. They're really bulky and big. This one is a little less bulky, but it's like they what's the word? They combine like two different mechanisms. They combine the ratcheting mechanism and the winding mechanism type of thing. So, all right, so let's go try to undo this. So I would think you probably want to hold on to the bike when you let go of it. So you're going to press the button here and press down on this. And it just stays that way. It stays loose. And then probably just want to go to the other side. Press the button, and then work it. So it's a very violent release. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't like that. I like being able to like ease it out, you know. Especially if you don't have a locking chock. I don't think this is gonna work if you have one of those locking chocks, because one side will just go boom, explode, and then your bike will fall over. So I was lucky it didn't fall over when it let it loose, because the chock was holding it up. So all right, so there we go. That is the Husky self-ratcheting strap tie downs. I think they're all right. I'm gonna give them a whirl. I will add another clip after this, after I've used them a couple times, and then that'll be kind of like my review on them. So far, I like them because they're not bulky. Let's take it out. It's a little hard to loosen. So I like it. It's not as bulky as the quick loader straps. But I feel like I think the quick loader straps might be safer. The little lever that you use to tie the ratchet down, to actually ratchet it down, is smaller, so it's kind of harder to operate, and it doesn't really have a good pull. It's just kind of like rubber paddle here, you know. I'd imagine there's metal inside there, but it would have been nice if there was just a bar here, so you got something to grab onto. It's kind of slippery and stuff, you know. And yeah, and just the mechanism it's a little finicky, and it's a little more, in my opinion, it's a little more harder to operate. So to unlock it, you got to press this button and then press down on this, and then it loosens it, and it just goes kaboom! Just loosens right away. So whatever you have loaded down, like if it's under a lot of pressure on the other side, it's gonna pull it the other way. So I'm lucky my bike didn't fall down on the other side. So yeah, you definitely want to hold on to the bike when you let it go. Yep, and then so when you're done with it, you just hit the retract. It retracts, and then you can just wind it up with the excess and throw it in your bag. A lot less mess than this stuff. These are like your traditional kind of two-piece ratcheting straps. Compared to that, that's a lot more neater, and they suck up a little less space than the quick loader. So this is the quick loader right here. It's half the price of the quick loader. Hopefully it lasts as long as the quick loader. It's not as bulky as the quick loader, if you look at that. And then there's that. So yeah. I kind of like this because you have more control over the release. This is your release bar right here. You can quickly just release it real quick and let it go if you don't want it to go all the way. So I've used these a couple times and I like these, but they're really bulky and they kind of flop around and stuff. But so far I haven't really had any problems, major problems with them, other than like this stuff coming out, the rubberized material coming out. So far, we'll see how long this rubberized stuff lasts. But I like it. I'll give it a whirl. It's probably, I don't know if I would strap a really expensive bike down with it, but like my bikes aren't very heavy, so. All right, so that's the first part. The next part of the video will be like what I think like after a couple uses. All right, here we go.